Welcome back to Sports Fans Only with C. Anthony, and I'm Shawn Mac. And as always, we're going to be discussing a little boxing. But before we get started, make sure if you like today's content, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we're talking about boxing, so let's get right into it. See, we're going to be talking about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, when they fight, if they fight, but it is boxing, so it might not happen. You never know. If they do fight, how do you see that fight going, see?
I'm sure it'll happen. I just think it's overdue. It's definitely something I would say probably gonna be. I don't really see it being over here. I see it being over in the Middle East somewhere probably, but I would say it's definitely gonna happen, and it's long overdue. But both of those guys giants. Wilder 6'7", AJ like 6'6", and heavyweights. Right now we got the big four, which I call it. So I think there's gonna be like a round robin was they are definitely gonna fight, but I just say definitely can't wait to see it. Bringing heavyweights back.
Yeah, they need to have more fights. I think it's only been 2 heavyweight fights this year.
Now it's been more. We just, what I'm saying, like, big ones, but yeah.
Big ones, right? Yeah, I think it's only been 2 big ones. If they meet up, who do you think, in your opinion, who has the most power?
I'm gonna say both two powerful guys. I'm gonna go with Deontay because, if you go to Google, he's the most powerful heavyweight of all times where they have him ranked. I think he's at a 92 or 90. No. He's at a 98% knockout ratio, 43 wins, 42 knockouts, 2 losses to Fury, 1 draw with Fury. So right now they have him at number 1. So I'm gonna go with more power with him. Mike Tyson, they even have him at number 5, 88% knockout ratio. So I'm gonna say of those two guys, both giants, hard hitters, heavy, Deontay all day.
On that list, if you can remember, I hate to call you out on it because you might not know, is Foreman over Tyson?
I think it was Deontay, Schaefer's, Foreman, Rocky Marciano, Tyson, from what I'm remembering.
They got Rocky Marciano on there. He's probably he's the littlest one out of all of them.
Yeah, they all, I think it was 10 deep. They had like I said, Tyson was number 5. They had drawing a blank right now.
Gotcha. I hate to put you on the spot.
I'm sorry. Ernie Schaefer's was number 1, but I was surprised. They still have Frazier like somewhere around 6 or 7 around that.
All right. It's always good to give the little guys and heavyweight shots out. Not saying they little, but compared to the giants that usually be in heavyweight.
Seemed like it went strictly by we taking this one long, but seemed like it went strictly by just your knockout percentage. Like it was like no opinion. It was like they went straight down the line with your knockout percentage, it seemed like.
Makes sense. So in the Wilder and AJ fight, so you taking AJ?
I'm taking Wilder.
Taking Wilder? Think he knocks him out?
Yep.
Really?
Knockout could happen either way, but I think I might have said in videos before on strap season, I got Deontay knocking out everybody. Like, to me, Fury like so far been a phenomenon, just getting up. But I don't see else getting up. It could happen, but I'm gonna just ride with Deontay's power. Big body transformation. I've been reading a lot of articles, watching videos, even listening to Malik Scott. So I got him knocking him out. I could see AJ getting, Deontay may slip, can get caught, maybe get up. But so far, Fury has been the only one that's been resilient enough to get up. So knockout Wilder inside of 10.
Yeah, AJ for a big guy, he got that sneaky power. It never looked like he's hitting hard until he hit you. You know what I mean? Until you see the replay. Like I said, it's boxing. Usually we don't get the fights that we want. Do you think this fight is going to happen this year, or it's too close to the end to call it?
Seemed too close to the end. AJ months ago, I might be slipping a little bit, but I'm gonna say weeks ago he was saying he wanted to tune-up fight before Wilder. So I don't see if I don't think it's gonna happen because, like I said, he wants a tune-up. No telling who that's gonna be, but maybe January. I was listening to Eddie Hearn, some stuff he was saying last week, and he was saying that January for something in Saudi. So I'm gonna say no, not for now, but that could change. It's boxing could change overnight.
Yeah, it could. You wake up and all of a sudden they sign the contract and they have in the press conference the next week.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, this is going to be the last question. Would you like to see a Fury in Wilder 4?
Yep. At first I didn't, but now, last couple of days been watching a lot of Wilder videos. It's like, to me, in my opinion, dude's body transformation been sick, and he like, I think if he did fight Fury, I just think if he's gonna stay where he's at right now, the way we see him, I don't think he'll try to blow up no matter who he fights. So just he looks faster, just looks much better. You know, maybe he'll be resilient as Fury can get up if he ever, whatever. But right, I think it could happen. I think Malik Scott, I was reading some stuff. He said he's taking Wilder with the knockout if they fight. So
Mm.
I'm right. I definitely want to see it, and I'm not going to. The first three fights I picked Fury. I was wrong on the first one. It was a draw. Right on the second, right on the third. I'm gonna just take Wilder for the fourth. I'm gonna say Fury's aged a little bit. His brain's aged a little bit. Wilder's power hasn't went down. It's went up. And I'm gonna ride with Wilder with the knockout on that if it happens.
I remember the last fight or the last two fights that they had. People kept saying, "Man, Deontay's doing this." Last fight, it was, man, he got a wicked jab to the body. His body work. He did it for like maybe a round and a half, and he got tired. Then it went back to square one. So anything that someone tells me that Wilder's doing new that could possibly have a better chance of him beating Fury is one of them things I gotta see to believe it. Any last words?
Yeah, you're thinking of the old Wilder. I'm picturing that fight in my head right now. He started out fine, but he looked like he was starting to drain out around the third or the fourth round. But like I said, with the body transformation, it's different. That Wilder was probably around 234, 235. I'm taking a guess, maybe 229, but whatever. If Wilder's like stay under like 220, I'm sure he's under it now. It just looks slim and heavyweight, still a big guy. Like I said, 6'7", good reach. The power is there. He looks good. So I'm not picturing that same Wilder in the ring. I'm picturing a much slimmer Wilder that's not going to tire.
I feel that maybe that I remember that was his plan after the first fight. The next two, he wanted to put on some weight. But to me, you're right. He looks better around 115, 120, 125 in that range.
220.
220, I mean, 225 in that range, because I don't know. I don't know. That's one fight that I didn't want to see, like you said, but now I do want to see it.
I
But
do.
yeah, me too. So
Especially if
once,
you knock out AJ.
yeah,
It's a big payday. If Wilder can knock out AJ, him and Fury fight, it's like $100 million fight for them both.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
taking a guess. Definitely the biggest payday ever, maybe.
yeah. Maybe 2 years too late, but we get what we get in boxing, right? Sometimes it's not at the right time, but
They'll
somehow
fight for the money.
it wound up being at the right time, and the hype be just as big as it was a few years ago. So once again, if you like today's content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video. For C. Anthony, I'm Shawn Mac, and this is Sports Fans Only. Peace.